Now that we have laid down Descartes' justification for doubting, we now move to the second meditation. Here, he speaks about an Archimedean point, a certain reference, of course, to uh, the Greek philosopher, Greek geographer, um, Archimedes, the mathematician and engineer, who said that if we can only identify a single fixed point and use it as a fulcrum, it would be enough to basically move the entire planet merely by exerting human force. And that's a very, very interesting reference by Descartes, the Archimedean point. And as you'd see, it will look like it's only 6 days, but in reality, it took him very long time to work on it. Let's begin with the second meditation of the nature of the human mind, that it is more easily known than the body. In invoking the possibility of an evil demon, Descartes believes he has conjured up the strongest possible basis for doubting. If he is right, then there can be no stronger reason for doubting the truth of any beliefs, perceptual or extra-perceptual. Descartes must raise or burn mathematics along with the old edifice of knowledge in order to make sure that it is on sound foundations before trying to rebuild. The proposition that the evil demon hypothesis is the strongest possible basis for doubt is crucial. It is only by defeating the strongest possible basis for doubt that Descartes believes he can make empirical knowledge epistemically certain. The more demanding the grounds of skepticism, the stronger the epistemic status of beliefs needed to overcome doubt. After scolding himself for not being able to stick to his resolve to suspend commitments to all beliefs subject to the evil demon's dirty work, Descartes now observes that when he takes the evil demon hypothesis seriously, he is overwhelmed by doubts and finds no firm platform for his reasoning. He compares his situation to that of a drowning swimmer caught in whirling water between the bottom he cannot touch and the air above he cannot reach. He makes all his perceptual and mathematical thought precarious when he hypothesizes the evil demon as a rationale for maximum skepticism. Let's look at these first paragraph. Yesterday's meditation has plunged me into so many doubts that I still cannot put them out of my mind. Nor, on the other hand, can I see any way to resolve them. But, as if I had suddenly slipped into a deep whirlpool, I am in such difficulties that I can neither touch bottom with my foot nor swim back to the surface. Yet, I will struggle on, and I will try the same path again as the one I set out on yesterday. That is to say, eliminating everything in which there is the smallest element of doubt, exactly as if I had found it to be false through and through. And I shall pursue my way until I discover something certain, or, failing that discover that it is certain, only that nothing is certain. Archimedes, and here you hear the Archimedean point in the same way that you've heard already the drowning swimmer. Archimedes claimed that if only he had a point that was firm and immovable, he would move the whole earth. And great things are likewise to be hoped if I can just find one single thing that is certain and unshakable. In some translations, they use a word often used by Cartesian scholars, unshakable or indubitable. Indubitable. The idea of establishing an Archimedean point is to identify a fixed and immovable foundation. Archimedes was an ancient Greek mathematician and engineer who claimed that if he could find a single fixed point in outer space to act as a fulcrum and a sufficiently long and perfectly rigid lever, then he could, as an application of basic physical principles, move the entire planet merely by exerting human energy as the opposite end at the opposite end of the lever. Descartes remarks that he is similarly in search of an immovable point, by which he means an indubitable belief, something that is epistemically certain in the sense that its truth cannot rationally be doubted. With such an Archimedean point in hand, Descartes believes he can reconstruct a modern edifice of epistemically certain mathematical and scientific knowledge. The evil demon hypothesis, as powerful as it is, just a minute, please. So the Archimedean, so I was saying the evil demon hypothesis, as powerful as it is, cannot justify doubt about a philosophically important belief. Descartes reasons that at least whenever he's thinking, he exists, and in particular that he exists whenever he considers the proposition that he exists or that he exists. Thinking for Descartes is meant to include any mental occurrence, including belief, doubt, pain, joy, reflecting on the content of a thought or its expression, and the like. Descartes summarizes the principle in a form that he adopted from Saint Augustine as the Cogito sum, meaning in Latin, literally, I think, I am. The belief that Descartes exists whenever he thinks is supposed to be epistemically certain in the sense that the proposition holds up even under the evil demon hypothesis. The evil demon hypothesis is supposed to be the strongest rationale for maximum doubt. The worst mischief the evil demon can inflict on Descartes is to cause him to doubt the truth of his beliefs. Descartes argues that if he doubts, then he thinks, and if he thinks, then he exists. So it is epistemically certain that he exists whenever he thinks, including whenever he doubts or is deceived. The epistemically certain belief that he exists while he is thinking in the subjectivity of his mental life is Descartes' Archimedean point from which he proposes to rebuild all of genuine knowledge. It's quite interesting how Descartes pushes forward for this Archimedean point. But maybe it's important already to ask the question, and this, please answer. Why is certainty or the indubitable, why is the indubitable important for Descartes? What has it to do with the criteria of knowledge? So why is the indubitable important for Descartes? And what has this to do with his criteria of knowledge? If this lecture is clear, please press next. If not, please review it again. Thank you.